Millicent Ndoro of Kenya has drawn lane 8. She's a national record holder, 22.91, set that this year. She made the semi-final twice at the Commonwealth Games before. Tori Lewis on a Commonwealth Games debut broke her national record twice in the 100 metres and ended up with bronze in 10.99. Let's see what form she brings here over 200. Edouin of England is this year's British champion. She's also European under-23 champion last year in this 200-metre event. Alana Reid of Jamaica goes in 5. She helped the Jamaican team to a final position of 5th in the 4x100 at the Olympics and then went on to win the World Junior title. Frédérique Chesson of Canada goes in 4. She was very close to her season's best of 23.14 in the heat. Beyoncé de Freitas of the British Virgin Islands goes in 3. She only missed out on the 100-metre final by a couple of positions. She won her heat, bounced back well from that disappointment yesterday. Asameni Simwaka of Malawi will go in lane 2. She was 4th in Birmingham over 400 metres. She holds a national record for Malawi, 22.91. Obi Jennifer Chukwuka of Nigeria. She won her heat in a PB of 23.26 yesterday, but a tough lane draw for the 21-year-old. Deep breath from Success Edouin, having a good season, the Englishwoman progressing, improving, and this is the next test in her career. First of 3 semi-finals in the women's 200 metres. Bronze medalist from the 100 metres, Tori Lewis of Australia, goes in lane 7. Good start from Tori Lewis. You'd expect that with her 100-metre form and the fresh legs, the day off yesterday. Tori Lewis already made up ground on Ndoro. Jamaican going well, Alana Reid as well, and Success Edouin has come off the bend brilliant here. The Englishwoman high-stepping into the last 50 metres. These 3 so closely matched. Jamaica, England, Australia going for 2 spots. 3 athletes, one's going to miss out there. I think it could be Success Edouin in the middle. The Englishwoman just tied up slightly in the last 10 metres. She was coming under such pressure from Reid, the World Junior champion, on her inside, and Tori Lewis, the bronze medalist from the 100 metres here on the outside. Should let the officials absolutely figure out that photo finish, but a great run from all of those athletes. I was particularly impressed there by Success Edouin's transition off the bend. It was a good bend, but it was transferring that to the straight is part of the skill. And I think Edouin did that the best, and perhaps even surprised herself by being in the lead coming into the home straight.
Yeah, Success Edouin ran a fantastic bend, as you said, Hannah, and then as she hit that home straight, it had a commanding lead. You expected Tori Lewis to get that fast start. She's a 100-metre specialist, and she's going to get away from the blocks very, very quickly with that 3rd place just a couple of days ago. But what I was more impressed with was how Tori Lewis managed to come back in the closing stages of the 200 metres. She sort of managed to claw Edouin back in again. But that was a very, very close race. Lewis gets at a fantastic start. She's up on the athlete in lane 8 straight away. And it's just coming out of the bend now that Edouin starts to sort of get a grip of the race. It's this transition from the bend into the straight that not all athletes manage to execute. Really, they were brilliant bend runners or great straight runners, but to do both. But then I think Edouin just starts to tie up a little bit. She's got Reid on her inside, Lewis on her outside, and just that pressure from both sides.
You can see Edouin is describing it so well, Danny. It's just the knee lift's gone as well, hasn't it? And this is the biggest stage she's competed on, and you can see Lewis and Reid have been credited with the first 2 spots, 22.64 for the pair of them. That's automatic qualification through to the final. And Success Edouin on 22.65 is going to go take a seat, a hot seat. And nice celebration from Tori Lewis. Job done. A really strong following wind here in Glasgow. I might have expected a tiny bit faster, but here we are, Edouin and Chesson We'll watch the next two semi-finals and hope that their times stand the test. Lewis and Reed, first and second, both credited with 22.64. Edouin, 22.65, and Chausson, 22.98.
Théa Lafont then, round 4. In this triple jump final, she dominates at the moment. Leads with 14.60. This just a couple of minutes ago. She's had a fabulous series, 14.52, 14.23, 14.59 in round 3. And then in that fourth round effort, she squeezes out another centimetre to extend her lead. Akeelia Smith in second hasn't been able to improve on her 14 metres exactly, that second round effort. Shante Foreman of Jamaica giving them second and third at the moment with 13.96, her opener. She stays in third place. Good on the board there. Théa Lafont. The wind, well, it's eased off quite significantly, plus 0.7 behind that one. Her big effort in the second round, 14.23. But that one, 14 metres 60. She's over half a metre in the lead. It's every one of those 4 valid marks would have been good enough for gold, or is good enough for first place at the moment.
Second of 3 semi-finals coming up. So competitive, so closely matched in that first one. Have a look how this second unfolds. Remember, first 2 across the line, automatically into tomorrow's final.
Well, let's take a look as this shot takes us round the bend. Drone shot to the 8 athletes lined up there for this second of 3 semi-finals, the women's 200 metres. There's Ashanti Veronica Pereira of Singapore. 29-year-old's best is 23 seconds exactly this year. Semi-finalist in the 100 a couple of days ago. 22.57, her lifetime best. Ashanti Moore goes in lane 7 for Jamaica. Her personal best set in Budapest last year. Semi-finalist at the World Championships last year too. Deja Hodge, well, she starts as favourite here. Great lane draw too for the British Virgin Islands athlete. She's world number 2 this year. Won the NCAA title. Her coach Gerald Furry was a world-class sprinter for Zambia. He's their record holder. Monique Hanlon goes in 5 for Australia, 3rd in the Australian Championships. Marie-Eloise Leclerc goes in 4th, Canada. Many relay spots for her over the years, 2nd in the Canadian 200 and her personal best. There's Oluyinka Olajide of Nigeria. She goes in 3, the 21-year-old. 23.62 in her heat. There's Scotland's Alison Bell. She goes in lane 2. 23.38 in her heat, and that's a season's best for her. She has run 23.01, and Winfrida Mackenzie of Tanzania goes in lane 1. Best of 23.88 this year, and that is her lifetime best. Indeed, it was in her heat here, a national record for Mackenzie, but she's still in that inside lane. So Hanlon of Australia in 5. 22.60 this season is her lifetime best. She's only 22. The second heat of the women's, second semi, I should say, of the women's 200 metres. The first 2 go through by right. So away they go there. I thought they might be recalled with that ripple of applause going around the stadium. Really good running from a Hodge there in lane 6 in the blue of the British Virgin Islands. As you'd expect, she leads by quite a margin, 2 or 3 metres coming into the straight now, and she's storming away with this one. Good running from the Jamaican Ashanti Moore there in 7, left a picture. She's working hard, but look at Deja Hodge easing back on the throttle, 30 metres out, 22.01, and it's legal. Plus 1.7. What could she have done if she had run hard to the line? She'd have gone a long way under 22 seconds. Her season's best, her lifetime best, 21.68. It tops the world rankings, or it puts her second in the world rankings, excuse me, behind Julian Alfred. I think she could probably have threatened her lifetime best if she'd run hard there through the last 50 or so. Well, a games record there for Adeja Hodge with a legal win that was very, very helpful. Plus 1.7, just legal, Danny, but she blew them away over the first 50.
She did. She blew them away from the second she left the blocks. She ran a really, really strong bend, and then into the home straight, that transition. Very, very powerful. And as you said, she's cruising across the line. That is a marker to put down for the rest of the athletes. But for me, Ashanti Moore as well, bringing in for the silver medal position out in lane 7, because she was under pressure from Adeja Hodge within the first 20 metres of the race. So she did really, really well not to let that affect her performance.
Yes, absolutely right. Hodge and Moore, 1 and 2 there. Hodge winning it by more or less a second and a half, and that game's record, a clear indication of how historically significant that run is from Adeja Hodge, the sort of form she's in. She's only 22, she's a youngster. Born in Tortola, in the British Virgin Islands. Her best times, her best years ahead of her. And Pereira and Hanlon in second and third, and Pereira does get a hot seat spot. So I think the third placer in that, the fourth placer in the first semi has gone.
Check back in with the men's high jump, and Damien Warner here. Took him 3 attempts to get over 197. This is his final attempt at 2 meters. He's done that this season, Warner. Going to be under such pressure from Lyndon Victor throughout this competition. Oh, Warner doesn't get 2 meters. He really needs every height if he wants to get the gold medal. Won this title in Glasgow, last here in Scotland in 2014. A decent effort here from Warner. No improvement means he's going to leave with 776 points. Lyndon Victor was jumping in the other pool. We're just going to combine the results. We'll probably wait for the conclusion of this women's 200 metres before we catch up totally with what that means with the decathlon. This is the third semi-final. What about Adeja Hodge breaking the games record there in that previous semi-final? Mia Gross goes in lane 8 for Australia. She was second at the Oceania Championships over 400 and then won gold in the 200. Audrey Leduc goes in lane 7 for Canada. She's a national record holder, and she was really close to it when she won the national championships this year. She was 6th in the 100 a couple of days ago. Lavanya Williams of Jamaica goes in 6th. She was the fastest in round 1 with 22.91. Shaniqua Bascom of Trinidad and Tobago goes in 5. She had a bye through to this round, thanks to 22.68 clocking this season. Olivia Fotopoulou of Cyprus goes in 4. 22.65 a couple of years ago. She's been close to that this season. Elisa Smith of Guyana will go in 3. She had a bye as well, thanks to a 22.78 ran in May. Jorne Nyamsata of the Gambia goes in 2. She ran 23.74 to qualify for this semi-final. And Antonique Strawn, a lifetime best of 22.15 from 2023. She's a double world junior champion a few years ago, Strawn. 23.52, the best so far for her this season. There are the 2 hot seat athletes. Success Edouin of England, 22.65, and Veronica Shanti Pereira of Singapore, 22.81. That's the target if you're outside the top 2 here in this third semi-final. Athletes just been asked to stand up. There's a bit of crowd noise going on. It's mainly involved in the decathlon high jump. We've got athletes going for third and final attempts at certain heights, asking for support from the crowd. Green card for this semi-final. They'll be invited back into their blocks. Strawn of Bahamas is in 1. Naima Sata of the Gambia in 2. Smith of Guyana in 3. Fotopoulou of Cyprus in 4. Bascom of Trinidad and Tobago in 5. Williams of Jamaica in 6. Leduc of Canada in 7. And Gross of Australia in lane 8. in our way this time, despite a bit more crowd noise. This is the final semi-final for the women's 200 metres. Top two get a spot in the final. Canada, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago off the crest of the bend, almost together. What a run here from Bascom of Trinidad and Tobago. 50 metres to go. The head is starting to bob for Bascom, but she's going to pull clear of the field. 22.32. That's the second fastest time we've seen here across the semi-finals. And Deja Hodge, incredible scenes in that second semi-final, breaking the game's record with 22.01. And if that hadn't just happened, this would be really impressive from Shanika Bascom. It's a good, measured race, and then had something there in the last 50 metres. But Edouin and Pereira, I think from their body language, they think they've done enough here to make the final. Bascom with 22.31, she was quite a way ahead of everybody else. Feel quite spread out here in this third semi-final.
Shaniqua Bascom, she runs a really, really good bend. She's got Williams and Ledeck on her outside that she can track round the bend. But it's this, once again, it's this transition into the home straight, and she really starts to pull away. She does the damage from like 1 to 150, and then that last 50 metres, she's got that five metre lead ahead of Williams just on her outside. A really, really strong performance from Bascom there in lane 5. And he even got the sunglasses on. Doesn't even need the racing shades.
That was really impressive from Bascom, and I think we've seen a good example of that bend to straight conversion here. But semi-final 3 won by Bascom, 22.31. Lavanya Williams coming through for the second place in 22.71. And that means the two time qualifiers are Success Adawan and Veronica Shanti Pereira. That's the 8 women that will advance to the final. Deja Hodge breaking the games record.
Wagwan, my family, and once again welcome back to the Yadi Reacts. If it is for the first time you are checking me out, kindly subscribe, like and share to my YouTube channel. And to my returning subscribers, I'd wanna say thank you very much for the love and support you are always giving unto me. Whereby today, guys, we have got these amazing clip from the Commonwealth 2026 videos, and it is a track and field whereby the video features the women's 200-meter semi-final at the 2026 Commonwealth Games, and whereby the competition determines which 8 athletes qualify for the final through 3 high-stake races. And to the highlights, we had the semi-final 1 whereby Tori Lewis from Australia and Alana Reid from Jamaica both qualified with times of 22.64, while England Success Edouin finished in 22.65 seconds. On to the semi-finals 2, Adija Hodge from British Virgin Islands dominated with a game record time of 22.01 seconds, followed by Ashanti Moore from Jamaica. On to the semi-final 3, Shaniqua Basam from Trinidad and Tobago won with a time of 22.31 seconds, with Lavanya Williams from Jamaica securing second place. And to it, the video also provides brief updates on the women's triple jump final and the men's decathlon high jump, if you have watched it to the end. And just to dive in on deeper, who is the favorite to win gold? Based on the semi-final performances, Aja Hodge of Virgin Island is considered the favorite to win gold in the women's 200-meter final. She delivered an exceptional performance in the second semi-final, setting a new game record with a time of 22.01 seconds. Hereby, the commentators noted that she dominated the field from the very start and cruised through the final meters of the race, suggesting she has the potential to go even faster in the finals. And what is Aja Hodge's personal best time? Adija Hodge personal best time in the 200-meter is 21.68 seconds. The impressive mark, which she set while winning the NCAA title, established a new collegiate record and positioned her among the top of all time performer in the event. And how does the qualification process work? The qualification process for the women's 200-meter final at the Commonwealth Games consists of 3 semi-final races, and the advancement rules are as follows. Automatic qualification, whereby the first 2 athletes to cross the finish line in each of the 3 semi-final heats automatically advance the final and to the time qualifiers. In addition to the 6 automatic qualifiers, the 2 fastest remaining athletes from across all 3 semi-final earn spot in the final, totaling 8 competitors, and this format is explained and referenced throughout the broadcast. And again, just to dive in more, who else qualified for the finals? And the 8 athletes qualifying for the women's 200-meter final consist of the top 2 finishers from each of the 3 semi-finals, plus the 2 fastest remaining runners across all heats. Automatic qualifiers: Tori Lewis from Australia with 22.64 seconds, and Alana Reid from Jamaica with 22.64 seconds from semi-final 1, and Adija Hodge, British Virgin Island, 22.01 seconds, and Ashanti Moore from Jamaica, 22.25 seconds from the semi-final 2, and Sheniqua Bassam from Trinidad and Tobago, 22.31 seconds, and Livania Williams from Jamaica with 22.71 seconds from the semi-final 3. And the time qualifiers: Success Ada 1, England, 22.65 seconds, and Veronica Shanti Pereira from Singapore, 22.81 seconds, advanced as the fastest non-automatic qualifiers, who set the game's record. Adija Hodge, often referred to as Aja Hodge, set the new game's record in the second semi-final of the women's 200-meter. She dominated the race from the start and finished with a time of 22.01 seconds, as I told you earlier on. And when is the 200-meter final? Just in case if you want to know, the women's 200-meter final is scheduled to take place, that's tomorrow. The broadcast highlights that after these semi-finals races, the top 8 athletes will compete for the title in the final round. And how are the lanes assigned in this case? In athletics, events like the 200-meter lane assignments are determined by World Athletic rules to ensure fairness and consistency throughout the competition. How lane assignments work: on to the first round. For the initial heat lane order is typically drawn by lot, randomly assigned. There is the subsequent rounds in semi-final and finals. For rounds following the first, athletes are seeded based on their performance, times and rankings in previous rounds. The process ensures that the fastest athletes are distributed across the most favorable lanes, often the middle lanes, while slower qualifiers are placed on the inside or outside lanes. And to the staggered start, because the 200-meter is run around a bend, athletes start in staggered positions within their assigned lanes. This adjustment compensates for the difference in the curves, ensuring that all runners cover the exact same distance to the finish line. Athletes must remain within their designated lane for the duration of the race, or they risk disqualification. And that, guys, leads us to the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed the video to the end. So if you have enjoyed the video, let's come around, share our thoughts through the comment section so we can get to interact and know what you think, and mainly because your opinion does matters to us every day. Thank you very much, guys, for following up the video with me. I was your host, Yadi Reacts. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe, like and share to my YouTube channel. And to my returning subscribers, I want to say thank you very much for the love and support you are always giving unto me. Always remember to link me up through my next videos. Peace out there.